There's a lot of maxims like rose-tinted glasses, treading old ground, and a trip down memory lane, and most of them are a warning never to go back. However, having played Iron Fury, I got a sense of nostalgia for the great games like Duke Nukem that I had no idea that I was missing. Today I'm going to review Iron Fury, which drops on PS4, but before I do, please don't forget to throw me a like and also subscribe because your support means a hell of a lot to me. Okay, so let's crack on. This is a great little game. You have a run and gun old school style shooter in the vein of Duke Nukem set in a cyberpunk world. Cyberpunk, that's a thing, right? I mean, it's not like there's a massive game coming. Oh wait, yeah there is. You take control of an intense, quick-witted character called Shelley Bombshell Harrison, a la Duke Nukem, in this run and gun shooter. You head to the mean streets of Neo DC. The game basically has you defending Neo DC against Dr. Jadis Heskell. Where do they get these names from? And his cyber cultist army through 7 zones, all leading to an intense boss fight. This game is pure fun. And first of all, we're going to talk about the graphics. Now, this game was built on the build engine, which means that it basically looks like your old school run and gun shooters like Doom, Wolfenstein, and Duke Nukem. I really had a sense of nostalgia when playing this game, but really enjoyed the setting as well. It's vibrant, it's intense, and that's really helped by the level design as well. The levels seem sprawling and expansive with lots of different areas to discover. I've mentioned before the quick-witted nature of the protagonist, but the levels are also dotted with references to real-world culture but in a humorous way. For example, there's a red and white can quite clearly aimed at something with cock written down the side of it. There's also a snack machine that says addictive snacks and a green and white coffee logo with a marijuana leaf on it. It's clever and it's interesting. There was even a moment when I reached the red light district and what looked like a brothel, to which my character said, "There's going to be no happy endings here." I don't know why I did a Duke Nukem voice, because the character is female, but oh well. There's also a large range of guns to splat the enemies in an absolute gore fest. Now don't expect some beautiful graphics when it comes to the blood. There's just blood splatters, and it's quite effective. There's guns like the Magnum, which gives you some kind of auto-targeting facility. There's some Uzi. There's like a grenade-launching shotgun, whatever that is. So like I say, there are 7 zones to play through. And the levels are quite expansive, but it's not exactly the longest game in the world. And that's not exactly a complaint, because it feels perfectly paced. In fact, I could quite happily see myself playing this again and again. There's a large range of enemies to plough your way through, and they're all interesting and quite entertaining. Just when you think you've seen them all, something new comes along, like a acid-spitting centipede. The basic idea of the game is to run and gun, shooting your way through a variety of different enemies, searching for various coloured keycards, like red and blue. Does that remind you of Doom? It probably should do. And also flicking the occasional switch, all while looking for secrets. In fact, straight from the off, right on the title screen, you can access a little page that gives you the backstory and tells you tips like shoot them in the face, and there are lots of secrets to find. So I've been quite glowingly positive at the moment, but there were a few issues that I wanted to talk about. First, there was the frame rate. Occasionally it had a little stutter, which was slightly annoying and slightly disappointing. It's not game breaking, but it could do with a little fix. And secondly, the bad guys keep repeating the same expressions over and over again, and after a while it gets pretty annoying. My favourite thing about the game was the character, the main character. She was quick-witted, intelligent, and quite often made me laugh. It reminded me of those in-game protagonists that we seem to be lacking. And big kudos to the voiceover artist who voiced this character. Really solid acting. All in all, I had a lot of fun in Neo DC. I would highly recommend it to anybody who is missing something like Duke Nukem. This is a spiritual successor in a lot of ways. That said, it does come with some issues like the frame rate and the annoying constant chatter of the enemies, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to give this game a 7 out of 10. It's not perfect, it's not brilliant, but it is a lot of fun. So if you find yourself wanting to play a first-person shooter that actually is a reference to what a lot of first-person shooters should be, fun and funny, then maybe you should pick this up. 7 out of 10. This is Roy McCoy, out!